there, my name is Kathy Watson. I am a doTERRA wellness advocate and super happy that Lindsay's let me come and kind of coach and guide some of her yoga people to learn a more natural lifestyle. So I'm really excited to be partnering with the Yogashala. I am obviously around a 40, almost 49-year-old woman who's been going through all sorts of hormone issues. And if you're around the same age, you might understand those things. But I actually got into natural solutions when I had a hormone crisis almost 10 years ago. I was super fatigued. I had chronic pain in all of my joints and lost my period. And so there was a lot going on. I knew there was something happening with my body, but I didn't quite know what that was. So I spoke to my family doctor, and they did some tests and found nothing wrong with me at all and recommended just going on pain medication. So at that point, I was kind of not feeling that. I knew there was something going on. So I enlisted the help of a naturopathic doctor and realized that I was in adrenal fatigue. So if you haven't heard of that before, it's super, super common. It can happen with any sort of trauma that happens in your life, like it could be anything. It could be pregnancy, birthing, divorce, like any little thing that can trigger a little bit of trauma, your body reacts to that. So adrenal glands are actually the gland above the kidney that support your hormone function. So this was kind of my first introduction to hormone crisis, which is not really fun, but it's one of those things that happens to a lot of people. So I was able to support myself naturally through my naturopath. And then I kind of ran into some friends who were selling essential oils, and I decided I would give this a try. And fast forward all these years, I am now obviously selling essential oils and educating around that. My background is in healthcare. So I've worked in healthcare for over 25 years. And I see the long-term effects of using a lot of medication and not looking after yourself. So I'm pretty passionate about teaching about natural health and trying to prevent people from getting sick. So that's what I do. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a trained professional. Most of the protocols I use are tested on me. So I've been through these things, and I've kind of experimented and researched a lot about how to help myself. So I'm going to start really quickly. Well, there's kind of 5 factors around your hormones. So a lot of them are really obvious, but I'm going to go over them anyway. So number 1 is your diet, the way that you eat. So we all know that what you eat can impact the inflammation in your body, how your body works. And so the way that you eat is super important, especially with hormones. I've found that the more sugar intake I get, the more hot flashes and all that fun stuff I get. So I don't know about you guys, but I was having more recently having hot flashes, night sweats, fatigue, all of those things. And I've actually been able to naturally, with supplements through doTERRA and oils, I've eliminated all of these symptoms. So I'm pretty excited about that. I now sleep at night, and I'm not hot all the time, which is lovely. So some ways we can support your diet is with our supplements. So I don't know if you've heard about these. A lot of people don't even know we sell supplements with doTERRA, but we're way more than oils. We're wanting to support your whole body in its health. So these are our lifelong vitality supplements. You can't really see it. There's a lot of light coming in here. But anyway, what these do is help you with your vitamins and minerals, but also it supports the rest of your body, cardiovascular, your organs, your skin, your hair, all of those things it supports. And also antioxidants. So that's super important with especially fighting all sorts of germs and just supporting your immunity as well. So I enlist these. The other thing I love to use, because I like to eat, and a lot of the time I eat I grab stuff when I'm not hungry, or you know what it's like, guys. We just snack when we're bored. We're COVID bored, so we just grab stuff. But I love using this oil. It's called Smart and Sassy. I don't know. You can't really see it, but anyways, it doesn't really matter. It's a blend of oils that helps with your metabolism. And I love it. I have it in my water every morning. It's kind of spicy and citrusy. So it helps support your metabolism, but also kind of,
say,
did I,
sorry, Kathy, can you say the name of it?
Yes. Sorry, did I freeze on you guys?
Can you say the name of it again?
Of course, yeah.
It could be my end too.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been having some trouble, so I apologize if I freeze. Just tell me to go back over it. So it's called.
Or even if you can type it.
Yeah, it's Smart and Sassy. So I'll just type it in the comments here. So Smart and Sassy helps support your metabolism. So that's super helpful for curbing those cravings. I love to eat at night, and there's no way I'm hungry. I'm bored. So I'll just have that in some water instead. And that seems to just curb my appetite a little bit so that I'm not grabbing a bag of chips and eating the whole thing. So that's helpful. So again, hormone disruption usually happens when you have an increase in cortisol. Cortisol, it affects your hormones a lot. So exercise is another way to reduce your cortisol levels. So that does not mean that you have to go to the gym and do anything crazy. I personally have a lot of pain points, so I'm very limited in the exercise that I can do. So I love to walk or swim, and because I have so many injuries, I'm able to support myself with things like Deep Blue. I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy. This is super helpful with any sort of pain point, because you want to support yourself so that you can exercise, get those cortisol levels down, and support your body. So that's another super helpful way to decrease that cortisol level so that you can be supported and get out and exercise. Another great one is one that Sarah mentioned earlier, is peppermint. Peppermint's great if you're just needing that energy to get out and get going. So I love to put a drop of peppermint in my palm, just rub it together, smell it in, it opens your airways, it gives you a burst of energy, and then I get out there and start walking or doing whatever it is that I decided to do that day. So those are really, really great ways to support yourself. Another way to support your hormones is your stress management and sleep. And so this is something we don't really realize that affects our hormones so much, but keeping that stress level down keeps the cortisol down and allows your body to work properly. So good ways to support stress are oils like lavender. We've all heard of lavender calming and relaxing. It actually decreases your blood pressure, which is really, really interesting and super calming. So just supporting yourself, especially through these times when life is crazy. Some people are homeschooling, kids are home, everybody's home trying to work and survive. So supporting your stress level is very, very important in regulating your hormones. Other oils, blends like Serenity or Balance, these are two oils that are super helpful to keep those stress levels down, keep you grounded, and really just keep that cortisol level balanced. And then the next area that really people don't realize affect their hormones is reducing your toxic burden. This is really, really important because most chemicals can disrupt your hormone balance. So the example I love to use is toothpaste. So there are ingredients in the normal toothpaste that we buy at the grocery store that disrupt hormones. So my first thought was, well, that's all I need is my teenagers having like more crazy hormones than they already have. But also as adult women, our hormones are really important too. So just making those small choices where you're reducing the amount of toxic burden in your home can actually regulate your hormones. The reason that is that when we have chemicals in our body doesn't quite know what to do with it, and it creates stress in your body, and then that's when things kind of go awry. So reducing your toxic burden. So for example, with doTERRA, we have a whole line of products. They're mostly based around our On Guard blend of oils. And I don't know if you've heard of this. I don't know if you guys have a lot of experience with essential oils, but what that does is it's our protective blend. It increases your immunity. It supports your body. And so we've created a lot of essential products around On Guard, like our toothpaste, our laundry detergent, a cup plant. We have a ton of things. Concentrated cleaner, foaming hand soap. So these are natural products that are doing just as good of a job as those toxic products, but we're not putting all those chemicals in our body. So a lot of scent things like I know the Bath and Body Works, all those different scents, those are all chemical based. So as much as you might love that smell, it's actually causing trouble with your body. And a lot of people don't realize that. And I think it's a really important note to make when it comes to hormones. So self-care rituals is my fifth big thing. As women, and especially at this age, we are looking after everybody else ahead of ourselves. So we're looking after our kids, our husbands, our partners, our careers. All of those things are top on the list, and we're usually down at the bottom. And I know this from experience. I've kind of neglected myself, and then I end up in a crisis. So unfortunately, as women, sometimes we wait till we're in crisis before we try to help ourselves out. And this is, again, something I've done over and over. So I'm trying to teach other people that, through my experience, that this is so important, is to support yourself, creating daily rituals where you're creating an environment for yourself that's good for sleep, or, creating time for you to exercise. All these things I've talked about, but just making sure that you're scheduling yourself into your schedule is so important in supporting your hormones. So, emotionally, there's so many oils to support yourselves. And as we know, those symptoms of perimenopause, menopause, oh my dog's saying hi to me here. Those are so important. And you can actually reduce all these issues by supporting yourself on all those levels. So hot flashes, irritability, mood swings, anxiety, depression, weight gain, low libido, those are all signs of perimenopause. And I'm really excited to say that the protocol that I've created for myself through doTERRA has helped me in all of these levels. Now, oils that are really great for supporting hormones specifically. Now, oils don't have hormones in them. So you're not actually changing your hormones by using the oils. What you're doing is supporting your body so that your body can regulate your hormones. Does that make sense? Okay, I don't want to lose you on this. So we have clary sage. So clary sage is an excellent oil to support you with your hormones. Geranium is also a great one to support yourself. Rosemary is an excellent one to support yourself as well. And I don't know if any of you are having hot flashes or those hot feelings. But I made up a little spray. Now I have this great book. So if you're interested in this subject of healing yourself naturally, this one's really good. Sarah, I don't know if you want to, I'll write it in the notes as well, but it's the Essential Oil Hormone Solution book. And it's written by Dr. Maritza Snyder. She's a naturopath in the US, and she's directly related and is on the board for doTERRA. And so she's created this whole huge compilation of ways to support yourself, both with essential oils and supplements and diet to support yourself with hormone issues. So it's an amazing book. I've followed it almost to a T, and I've noticed massive results. So there's a great little Cool It spray, it's called. It's got clary sage, geranium, and peppermint. And what it does, so it supports your hormones with the clary sage and geranium, but the peppermint actually cools your body. So when you spray it, when you're getting hot, you can just spray that on your body, and peppermint actually cools your body temperature down, which is excellent because, you know, feels so nice. And it also kind of starts you getting cool so that you can, you know, get back to sleep or get back to whatever you're trying to do. And then one other supplement I wanted to talk about is this phytoestrogen. This is specifically made for women that are, but of all ages. So from teenagers to however old, this actually supports your hormone function, and it helps with PMS, it helps with cramping, it helps with signs of and symptoms and of perimenopause and menopause. So this can support you through a lifetime, really. I've been taking this, I'm pretty sure I started in January. I take one a day, and I no longer get any symptoms of perimenopause. So I am very, very thankful for that. So I want to just tell you my protocol for my issues with menopause and perimenopause. I'm not sure exactly where I am in that balance right now, but I'm going through it. So the daily lifelong vitality pack, daily, every single day I take this. I take one phytoestrogen every single day. And then I support myself with my oils as I go along, trying to look after my diet, exercise, stress management. So I'm using oils throughout the day to keep all of those things level. And I found that super, super helpful in my kind of quest to not be soaking wet and sweaty all the time. So that's kind of my protocol. And these are things that you can incorporate into your yoga practice too, which is really exciting. I mean, if you're going to a hot yoga class, obviously not right now, but once they get back into class, if you're very hot in the hot room, you can just put a little peppermint on the back of your neck before you go in to support yourself, or a little bit of deep blue on your knee before you start your yoga practice. And yoga is such a great way to balance your cortisol. You can actually bring it down by your yoga breathing, which is so, so cool. But anyways, that's my take on hormones and how to support yourself. And I'd love to hear if you guys have any questions or anything like that around this subject. So feel free to either put in the chat or you can just come on screen, obviously, as well.
Would you be willing to, like basically everything you do, could you put that in an email with costs of the products?
Costs of the products? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I'm really curious because that definitely perimenopausal and mood swings, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of I am using doTERRA right now and kind of have been incorporating the essential oils into my daily practice. But when you were talking about specifically about the like what you're doing every single day to kind of help. I mean, it sounds like you're doing a lot with everything, like your detergent, your hand soap, your cleaner.
Yeah, and so that can be super overwhelming too, right? This is something I've done over years, right? So
right.
it doesn't all have to happen at once. So that's I mean, I had all the chemical things in my house, so there's no judgment or anything there. But like you said, like making those small changes can over time can just make a difference in your whole lifestyle, right? Sorry, I feel like I cut you off, Sarah. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's just, I don't know. It's probably, I live in the country and my internet is like, some days it's great and some days it's not. And I can hear you. You're frozen on the screen. But yeah, like I would definitely be interested in finding out, because like specifically like with the vitamins and like the perimenopausal, like I'm going to be 48 this year, and kind of, just a lot of ups and downs emotionally for me. And I'm getting a ton of migraines and I'm not sleeping the best, which is kind of giving me more migraines. And
yeah, it's a vicious circle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to.
It's better to sort that out before you get in the real deep part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're okay with me reaching out to you on Facebook, are you on Facebook?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll reach out to you, and then because I don't have your email, Lindsay has that information. So
Sure.
I'll reach out to you, and I will give you that information. We can kind of connect.
Yeah, and I'm not wasting anyone else's time with, talking about my personal stuff. And
yeah, no, we can have.
But it sounds like
one-on-one chat.
That like I'm already. Yeah.
For sure, I understand. Okay, I don't Prairie Diva. That's what your name is on the screen. But any questions at all? I'm just gonna stop the recording now.